lot of typical racing teams, especially drift racing's bright, vibrant colors that pop out and really make their own logos shine. That is one of the main reasons why they do so, is so that it's eye-catching. For me personally, when it comes to making the liveries for my cars, I think about what purpose my car serves, what I want it to represent. Sometimes depends on what am I really doing with it. But then also, I try to have some sort of reference photo based off of reality, and then I put my own twist on it. So let's actually, this gives me a golden opportunity here. We're going to go to a dealership and we're going to get a brand new car. We're going to start here. We're going to start just dabbling a little bit. So, enter the dealership. So one of the main things I'll think about when I'm modding a car, or not modding, putting livery on a car, is a brand. Because that means a lot. I'm not going to put uh, Rawwelt Porsche Racing on a Miata. But on a 1970, or in this case, it would be a 64 911, that's pretty fitting. So here, let's go ahead and purchase one. This will be my second one. It got a nice green to it, stock wheels, looks nice, right? Well, let's take it to some livery, here we are. Get some livery going. And we want, and if you want to go to my stream so you can actually see it, mine is, whoop, I'm the Toad Bandit, all lowercase. So I'm pretty sure all Zach's followers also know me anyway, so I don't have to reiterate that, but in case you don't know, there you go. So, we're gonna go to libraries, we're gonna create a new one. So, we got a few options here, we got a couple shapes we can probably make do with. And when it comes to choosing these ideas, right, you want to have some sort of, how would I describe this? I don't want to say emotion, but I think the word I used earlier as personality is the best description, because you want the car to be unique and have its own identity. So, a lot of these decals are really nice. I am not going to use any of them except for ones that have words like Drift Hunters, Drift Gang, and then I'll go over here, maybe have a couple symbols. Of course, this one's iconic. Same with Super B, the Super B knockoff right here. Um, Probably not gonna do much anime unless it was a JDM car. But I might have a couple of different things that like symbolize different brands as sponsors, made up sponsors, and I'd pin those all. In this case, if you look at the car here, just behind where the car door sits, that rear window that's still on the side, right below that is where a lot of sponsors will sit. Either right there, or we can also apply these on the windshield. Now, not the windshield, like a sun strip. Now, we have access to all these nice shaded and different shaped shapes. With that being said, something that may not be appreciated enough is how much freedom we really have with this stuff, especially these. Because I could just apply it like this, and oh, my car's a little dirty. My car's a little dirty. Oh well. But what I can, yeah. But what I can also do is I can take full advantage of... Oh, there we go. I can take full advantage of the sizing of this. So I can stretch it, I can flip it, mirror it. And what that's going to do is have some sort of effect to it that's unique and adjust based on how we want it. So this texture kind of just looks like someone might have not had enough paint on their roller, especially since it's a bright white. But I can contrast it by using a couple different colors and then also blending here in a minute. But let's rotate it a little bit here. Move downward so it's flush. Apply. And then, actually, I'll change the color of this. But you see, now I can rotate. Do a little bit of that, huh? Color, we'll make it, if I were just to make it like a brownish color, completely changes it, because now it goes from whatever kind of like snow effect, which I could also use, to like this dark, dirty color, looks like oil or maybe some sort of mixture on the road. Or I can go brown and have a light fade of dirt on it. I could even go a little further and mix in some more lighter mixed in yellow in some areas to make it look like pollen. Some natural weathering. Um, or I can apply symbols like this. Let me just actually rotate this real quick. There we are. And scale. And apply them for a completely different vibe. Almost like this is like a company-owned vehicle of some kind. See what Stamp does. Oh, Stamp leaves a few of them. Perfect. So look. Now this is like a royal family type vehicle. There's a lot that you can do, and you can take advantage of these very basic shapes that all of them are intentionally meant to be not copyrighted, but leave enough playroom to where you can do some stuff with them. One thing I've always loved doing with my cars is pinstriping. Very simple and very fun thing to do with literally any of the cars that you might have. But literally just stretching any sort of basic repeating pattern and applying it.
I'll be right back, chat. I have to, I'll be back in like 15, 20 minutes. Actually, maybe a little bit longer, because I have to take a shower. How much longer are you going to be on, JT?
For a good bit.
Maybe like an hour? What are we talking?
Well, probably longer than that. Probably like
Okay.
at the latest 3 a.m.
Okay, sounds good. Perfect. Thank you.
Welcome. But now, see, chat, now that we took a very basic checker type pattern here, very simple, just repeating squares, stretched it, molded it, and shaped it the way we want to now, that looks like a very natural, other than the color, I can change the color, but almost like a customer custom paint job. Very simple, what you would expect from a car like this. Now, we can go a little above and beyond that and say, let's get one with like a little texture that fades away like this. Bring it down. We'll rotate it a bit, let's say, like that. Then adjust the scaling. And now we're kind of getting somewhere a little crazy. Because now, it's not just, oh, it's a little bit of pinstriping. this is now a blended livery that you can really take advantage of going across the vehicle, which I personally love doing this because, again, it's so simple, but it can completely change how your vehicle is perceived. Because, like, now that looks like a racing team's type livery, and then I can select it, color, let's pretty common. We're going to change this car from green to white, so I'm probably going to make this black for now, just to see how it looks. Just didn't set. There we go. And then we're actually gonna, you know what, we're gonna keep it like that. We got the black checker, nice fade to it. That looks really nice. Gonna go to the other side, and we're just gonna have something simple, something like a box. And while we can rotate this, do whatever we want with it, what we can also do, scale, shrink it down, about that big. Position it a little better, how we want it. Maybe a little bigger. There we are. Plop that right there. And then we're going to go to the digits. And it really depends on what we want for this, because we can really make this look anything from a simple low effort, but still, you know, looks nice, put together type look, to we can go off of a reference picture and have some really, really good numbering. But regardless of that, most racing agencies will have numbers on their cars to differentiate quickly while they're moving fast. So, to keep that sort of effect, we're going to apply digits, and for simplicity's sake, we're going to actually put ones with outlines. We're going to say this car is going to be number 41. So we're going to shrink down that 4. About that big. Position it down here. We want to leave enough room for the 1, and we can adjust them once they're set in. But set that there, and then we go back over to where we were. Put a 1. Scale, shrink that down. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, chat. And look. And I'm actually going to see if I can... Perfect. Okay, actually, we're going to go back. You know what? Hang on. We'll do this real quick before I lose my train of thought. Set that there. Apply. This one. Color. Black. Apply. This color. Oh, perfect. It's the border. That's exactly what I wanted. We're going to make this one, again, with those popping colors to try and, you know, catch attention. It's a race car. We want, in racing situations, or racing agencies would want their numbers to pop, be easy to identify. So, something very simple. We're just going to go with a red. Very iconic. We're going to put mirror, so it's on both sides. Apply. And this, we're going to hit mirror and apply. And this, we're going to hit mirror and apply. And if we flip over here, it's probably going to be a different number. Yep, it's 14, which is because it's mirrored. But, you know what, that will bother me. So just because of that, chat, that's not satisfactory enough for me. So we're actually going to not mirror it. Now, if you want, you can mirror it, and it would give you a good idea of where you want it to be. But if you want to keep the numbers consistent, only mirror the box, and then just take the numbers and reapply it as best you can. It can be difficult, for sure. I get it. I don't have a steady hand either. But take your time.